Hey, what up there, Mikey Scrooge? Your good friend Michael here, and look, we got a special guest today. It's Kevin.
Like my hairdo.
Do you remember him from the Otsego? Was that the Rotary Run? Otsego, or Roadrunner Run?
Fry, I think.
Yeah. Kevin filmed there too. So he's filming today because Kathleen's she's at a wedding, and you're wondering why aren't I there? Well, she had to be there by 9. The wedding starts at 2, so. Have plenty of time to get a running, right?
That's right.
Yeah, here doing the Cheetah Chase over in the Binder Park Zoo. This is the first time I've ever done this race. Usually, like, the Myers State Games would fall on this day, so I would do that instead.
I'm surprised Matt Peterson's not here because he's the big cheetah.
Yeah, we're supposed to be chasing Matt Peterson, but where's he at? Where's he at?
In bed.
He's sleeping. Wow. What a ding-dong. So anyways, yeah, Myers State Games usually fell on this day, but there's no Myers State Games this year because State Games of America are happening here in August. So that's why that's not happening. So I'm here doing the Cheetah Chase. First time ever. It's at the Binder Park Zoo. Well, it's not the first time ever for the race. First time I'm doing it. They've been doing it for quite a while. But here's my bib. Bib number 190 for the Cheetah Chase. I'm surprised I actually got that low of a number. And look, you actually get a free pass to the zoo with this. Unfortunately, I will not be able to use it because I have to go home and then get ready for that wedding. So that stinks. Oh well. So feels pretty good today. Wouldn't you say so, Kevin?
Beautiful day for a run.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, if it was Thursday, it'd have been terrible. It was so humid and hot on Thursday. I ran.
Or something.
Yeah, and I ran 4 miles that day.
Oh.
So yeah, this today, everybody, it's perfect. We got like temperatures in the like mid 50s. There's no humidity in the air. It's calm. It's beautiful. We got very little wind. So with me doing this the first time, I have no idea what the course is. Hopefully there's no hills. You said something about running here before and there was hills.
Yeah, but that was a different area than this.
Okay.
It was trails, kind of a trail run thing.
Okay. Yeah, I think they said for this you run on pavement, you run on grass, brick, and maybe concrete. There was like I think 3 or 4 different types of surfaces you're going to end up running on. Maybe it was wood that you're going to run over. I don't know. 4 different surfaces, and the course is a looping course, so where you'll see us start is where you'll also see us finish the race. So that'll be good. So it's not like an out and back like we did in Gladstone last week. So let's show you the shirt, which by the way I locked in the car, so that was smart of me to do that. What was I thinking? Here is the shirt for the 2017 Cheetah Chase, Binder Park Zoo. You can see you got the cheetah spots on the side right there. And if we flip the shirt around, we got all the sponsors on the back. So you got bells, you get free beer after the race. Isn't that awesome? Well, you have to be 21 though. You have to be 21 to get that free beer. So if you're not, don't try it, because I don't think they'll let you. They'll probably say, "I need to see your ID, please." They won't say it like that, but you know what I'm going for. And then you got all your other sponsors down there as well. So that's the sponsors for the Cheetah Chase 2017. Yeah, you can wear it if you want. When Kevin mentioned that Matt Peterson's the cheetah, he meant cheater. Because that's why Matt beat me at the mud run, right? He cut the course.
That's right.
Yeah, maybe you couldn't see Kevin there.
Or the cheese.
The sun. Yeah, he cut the cheese. All right in the mud pit. You might not have been able to see Kevin very well. It was kind of sunny in that picture. But yeah, like I said, weather's great. I mean, it's blue sky all around, bright and sunny. Ready to have a great run. There's going to be music up by the start, and then we won't hear the music at all during the run. But when we start hearing the music again, we know we're getting close to the finish at least, right?
That's right.
That's when you kick it in. Kick it into high gear. You don't kick it into high gear the rest of the race. The rest of the race, you're just jogging it.
That's right.
Yeah, just cruising, breezing out there. So let's show you some of the stuff that they have up here. So here's like the finish area, gear check, whatever Pallet Palooza is. There's your Bell's tent, free beer. Pepsi tent. You don't get a Pepsi before you run though, I feel like.
Or Sam's Club.
Sam's Club, Myers, and Rice's shoes over there, kind of in the sunlight. There, now you can see it better. We got to go all the way over on the other side over there to start. Oh yeah, that's I think the racing series. This is part of like the 5K racing series for Battle Creek. I think the Cereal City Classic was won a couple weeks ago. So there's gonna be like over 1,000 people here running. So a lot of people you want to start up front because I heard the course is really narrow. So you want to start up front if you're fast. You get caught behind a lot of people, it could be a long race, which you don't want. You want a short race. Unless, of course, you want to run for a long time. Well, if you want a long race, you can always, like, you know, cut the course wrong, add mileage to it. Matt likes to add mileage. Yep, so the start-finish line, over there. There you go.
Michael, row the boat. All right, Michael. Good luck, Frank.
Hey, look at this. Enjoying a beer after the race. Free Oberon. Kevin's not having any.
I'm having chapstick.
He's having Oberon chapstick. I'm having a free beer after the race. And I'm going to drive home, so watch out for me on the road. Don't ever joke about that, people. I just did, but don't ever joke about that. Okay, doing the recap from home now. Just didn't do it there because it was really noisy where we were sitting, and actually Kevin and I and Frank got to a lot of talking, so we didn't really have time to do the recap, so I figured I'd do the recap here. So you saw the shirt for the race. Unfortunately, that was like an extra $15, and usually shirts kind of are filtered in with the registration cost, so having to pay a little bit extra for a shirt, that kind of did hurt. But I mean, it was the first Cheetah Chase I ever did, so I wanted to, you know, commemorate the event and just show that I, you know, got a shirt from it. Don't know if I'm going to do it next year or not. It's not because I dislike the event. It's usually it falls on the day of the Meyer State Games, or I might be on vacation next year because of there's a race up in Munising, the Pittsburgh Rocks 10K half marathon race that I may be doing, and that actually falls on this weekend. So if it falls on the same weekend, I won't be able to attend the Cheetah Chase again. So it was my first time doing it. It was a good experience. There were about 800 runners, about 200 walkers that did the race, so close to 1,000 people finished the race. The course was interesting, running through the zoo. There's definitely some hills in there. First mile is basically flat. Second mile has a kind of it's not a big hill, but it's an incline that kind of just goes around a corner. You don't really see where the end of it is, so you get to and it's quite a long ways. I'd almost say it's probably 150, 200 meters to the top, I would say, from the bottom to the top. And there's some rolling ones on the third mile. There is some good downhills you can use to gain a little bit of speed. There's a boardwalk that has a big downhill to it. Didn't see a lot of animals out on the course. Well, you wouldn't see any on the course. But I think I saw zebras and a couple of birds when I was running. Um, I guess you wouldn't have a lot of animals out just because, excuse me, just because runners might get distracted or maybe a little bit afraid that they were going to come after them. I don't know if that was the case or that all the animals could have been sleeping too. Remember, it's still early morning, so it was a good race. I would say I finished. I think it was like 30. It was the top 30 or top 35. I think I was overall 32nd. I might have been 32nd overall. I actually tied with another runner. I was like 7th in my age group, you saw. And if let's say it was 5-year age group, so it was 25 to 29, I'd have been 4th, but I'd have tied for 3rd. So I don't know how they would have done that. So if they would have said, sorry, you don't get an award, or maybe they would have shipped me one later in the mail, but thank goodness we don't have to go through that to find that out. The downhill was all the way to the finish. It was a downhill to the finish, which was nice. The 3-mile marker they did not have in the right spot. I looked at my watch. It was about 2.77 miles. So they were way off with that. The 2-mile mark was a little off. I didn't even see the mile marker. I just heard my watch go off, which I wasn't even going to look at my watch during the race. I was just going to go and, not even worry about that. But I don't know. I just had to check my time. And I looked at the first mile, and I was 6:47. So I was way slower than what I had been the past few races where I had ran 6:15 to 6:20. And I thought to myself, well, this could be good because if I'm going a little bit slower, maybe I'll be able to, pick my pace back up even faster, hold it around the same time, which I tried to do during the race. I tried to maintain that same pace, tried to pick it up. Second mile slow again. It was like 7:15, and then I had 7:23 for the last one. But really, there wasn't a lot of good places to speed up, and so I ran 21:45 for my time, which is pretty slow for me. It's about a minute slower than what I usually run for a race right now. And I was thinking, well, that's not good, but I still placed where I did, top 35, so that's pretty good. The winner's time was around 18 flat. It was about 17:57 was the winning time. And I was looking at other people's times, like other people I know from the Kalamazoo Runners series, looked at their times. There was one guy that usually runs in the 19s, and he ran in the low 20s. So I think the course slowed you down by about a minute or so. And it has 4 different surfaces you run on. So you're going to run on pavement on this course, you're going to run on boardwalk, you're going to run on brick, and you're going to run on dirt. So it's got 4 different surfaces you're going to run on. So it's that ever-changing surface. But also when you're running through the park, you don't run in a straight line for a long time. It's not like for another 5K course or so where you might run straight for a quarter mile or a half mile, you make a turn. Or it might be a course maybe that's on a road and it's, it has maybe some curves to it, but you can, you don't really have to slow your pace down for those. Well, for all these, you start out going straight and then you quickly do like a hairpin turn, come back, and then you go into the park. You go right into the park, and you're doing these curves that are ever changing. So it's like a zigzag basically throughout the rest of the zoo. There are some areas where you definitely do go straight, where it's just kind of winding curves, but a lot of them are are sharp. Especially running on the boardwalk, you're doing a lot of different curves. Like there was like that section I was talking about, the downhill section. That I thought maybe you could gain some speed, but you would run down the boardwalk, you make a quick turn, and then you make another quick turn and another quick turn, and so you didn't have any time really to gain. You didn't have time to gain any time back, to gain any speed, to get in a rhythm, get going. So that's kind of why the time ended up being a little bit slower for me today. I really didn't need my sunglasses even because the trees in the zoo shaded me very well. And we actually at one point ran through a tunnel, and I'm like, oh, I can't see in here. Got these sunglasses on. I'm thinking to myself. But the first mile didn't have, it had a lot of winding in it. The second mile did too. The third mile was mostly in the back where there's all the trail part. That wasn't too winding. And of course you had the downhill to finish. So I mean, it's a good race to do. It's. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not complaining about it because there are obviously going to be courses out there that will end up slowing you down a little bit. And I could tell based on other finishing times that was the case. So I can be a little bit relieved. I can be relieved about that. I should say, not a little bit, but be relieved that it was just the course that slowed me down, and it wasn't. It's not like, oh gosh, all of a sudden now I got really slow. Next week, I'm going to be doing the Battle Creek 5K. Never done that one either. This is part of the Balloon Festival. They also got the half marathon going on there. And so we'll see what the course is like. It'll be in the street, so they'll have to either shut streets down or you'll have one lane of cars on them, which is nice today because it's a completely closed course, through the zoo, so you don't have to worry about any vehicles whatsoever. So that's really, really nice. And then after that, 3 days later, on July 4th, doing the Rose Run. That's right here in Richland, my hometown. So that's going to be, I know that course, and you don't have, that doesn't have any curves to it whatsoever. That's going straight, make a turn. Straight, make a turn. Straight, make a turn. Straight, make another turn. And that's all that's going to be. So that'll be hopefully a good course in next week as well to get some speed back going. So drop a thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed seeing me go to the zoo, I'm sorry I couldn't take you on a tour of the zoo. You could get free admission, but unfortunately you could only use it today, which I thought kind of sucked too. It'd be nice if they gave you a pass and you could come back and use it a different time. But it was on your bib and it said it was only good today. The one thing I did like though, besides the run, was obviously the free beer at the end. I thought that was nice, just like the Fifth Third run and the Borges run where you get a free beer. So thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my channel for more content. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Links are in the description below. And until next time, this is Michael Loudon over and out. Mikey's Crew, you guys are the best. You guys take care.